Dito siya madrag bago. Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa, and myself, along with Rebecca, have created a short video to help you create your own language course using the language learning app called Memrise.
Hey everyone, I'm Rebecca, the co-author of this video. As Lisa just mentioned, the purpose of this tutorial is to teach you how to make a language learning app for your language. We will be using our own languages, Quapa and Hidatsa, as examples. In order to create a language learning app, we'll be using Memrise. Maybe you've heard of Duolingo or Rosetta Stone. It's pretty similar to those. The great part about Memrise, though, is that it allows its users to create and publish their own courses on their own or in collaboration with others. The ability to make your own course makes Memrise very useful for small language communities that want to start using technology in their language teaching or learning. When you create an account on Memrise, it will ask you to subscribe, but it's important to know that you can create an account and a course and use your created course for free. The subscription simply adds a few options to the course creation and use. Memrise is compatible with desktop computers and can also be downloaded on your iOS or Android device. Though it is heavily vocabulary based, there is flexibility in the way you design your course, if you'd like to include more phrases and grammatical aspects of your language. Lisa will talk about some of the best practices for language learning and teaching using this type of technology. Next, Lisa is going to tell us how to create an account and how to create a course. As mentioned, she'll discuss some of the best practices for language learning and teaching. Finally, before closing out, I'll discuss how to add audio to the vocabulary items. All right, let's get started.
I wanted to get started by going to the website. So you can log in using your Google or Facebook. So I have already done that, so it'll take me to my homepage. And so right away, you can go up to courses, and then there is a green create a course button on top. And then all you simply have to do is just get started by naming your course and teaching, and you would have to select the language or type of language. So here is the Native American section of languages, and so mine would be Hidatsa, or the language that I would be interested in creating a course for would be Hidatsa. So it's not on here, so other Native American languages. And we would probably gear it towards English speakers. And then tags, so any keywords that you want to use that would help people find your language course and or similar related courses. So you can kind of see the history of the tags that I created for my own course. And then description, so whatever you want to say about your language course. Add a short description if you want, and then check and make sure you're not a robot, and simply click and create the course. So I'm going to go back to the homepage, my homepage, and go right into my course. So the very first thing that I want to show you was the categories. So right here, you can go right up to edit course. And so you'll start out by just adding a level, and you can click on the label and pretty much enter whatever you want, whatever topic. And so far I do have a few words here in Hidatsa. So just for example, needy for walk, irihe to use, barachadike play, diria run, giria ride, howie sleep. And so if you want to add a word, you simply there it'll have the bolded and highlighted, and so and then you can just go on to the next, however many words you want to add. So I started with some verbs. I know there's been some comments about, especially with indigenous languages and the approach to teaching them, it's a lot of people know nouns, but they don't know the sentence structure and how to connect them, and using more words that you would use in everyday conversation. So if I were to create the full-blown course, I would definitely start with verbs. And so earlier I had mentioned that one of the possible benefits that you can have would be centering very specific cultural / language information into your learning. So for us, for the Hiradza, clanship is a very important aspect of our culture. And so, of course, there's language that describes that. So this, I don't have too much filled out here. It's not the entire list of clans and everything, but it's just an example of how you can use that as a lesson. And depending on which tribe or culture, there might be very, heavy aspects of culture that is very important to learn in the language. And so that's definitely something you can incorporate when you are creating your own course in Memrise. So that's just an example I wanted to point out there. And so when you are adding multimedia, you would have to do it when you are adding a level. So I did it with this one. I added a YouTube video. So before I do that though, you can add a level. So if you select this one, whatever label you selected, when creating it, it would just pretty much give you a level with, the space to enter the vocabulary words, which I had shown you already. But if you select this one, the multimedia one, it just gives you that space to enter. So it pretty much just tells you how to enter, links to different things. So YouTube videos, photo links, so all of that stuff. And then what I did with this level, so we're still in the editing part, but if I go to preview, it'll show the video, the preview will pop up. So this is just a video of my daughter a few years ago saying the numbers in Hiradza 1 to 20. So I wanted to just do a little run through of the course that I have. You can do level 2. Yeah, these are only 2 words. We can do these. So one thing about this though too, you have the option to add photos or other text that would help you remember the vocabulary. So you can add it, upload a picture, or types like maybe a descriptive text that would help you remember. So that's also very neat thing you can do. Nagidoba, Nakirawi. Yeah, there's only 2 words here.
So Lisa's been showing us what she did with her course on Hidatsa so far, but for this next part, I'll be showing you how to add audio using my own course on Quapa. If I click on databases, I have to add a column. All right, so the nice thing is for each of these, I can record. So let's try it. Mihti. Nombach. Dabni. Dowa. So now that I have added audio, I'm going to go back and continue learning my numbers and see what's happened.
Chape.
Chape.
Chape. Panomba.
Chape.
Chape.
As an native language teacher, there are a little bit of differences between historically, our languages were not written. So I know for my community, there's still some issues with teaching the writing of the language. We don't have a uniform orthography or a spelling. So a lot of people disagree. And not just only that, but as in my experience as a teacher, I would definitely like hear people to speak. So if the goal is to speak, then we have to speak. So um, introducing spelling of the words right away is not something that I would like for any of my students to do right away when they are first learning Hidatsa. So I feel like they differ a little bit from, like some European languages where there has been a system of writing in place for a while, whereas that's not the case with some of our languages, our native North American languages. So, and then also just one aspect of teaching. So I found more success in starting off with, no paper, no pencil, no words. So we use a lot of English words, or yeah, English letters, I should say, and we try to make those sounds. We try to make that represent Hidatsa sounds, and so I think our brains get confused a little bit anyway. So that's just my own personal hang up. Otherwise, I feel like there's a lot of potential with Memrise, and I'm pretty new to learning about Memrise myself, so I would definitely like to hear about more about people's experiences with Memrise, especially concerning Native North American languages and how it works for them. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about Memrise, the app, how a language learning app can possibly help, and maybe you guys can go and check out the website and the app itself. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.